Chairman of ICAI, Mr. Charanjot Singh Nandaji. Sir, I'm truly delighted and truly happy that you're not in politics. क्योंकि अगर आप पॉलिटिक्स में होते, आपकी शेर व शायरी, आपका बोलने का अंदाज और आपका जो जोश के साथ बोलने वाला एक जो स्टाइल है, थोड़ा हमें भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाता। तो मैं बस जो आपने एक चीज़ कहा बड़ा अच्छा लगा मुझे, एक बड़ा मतलब बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त जो कपलेट आपने सुनाया, मैं रिपीट करने की कोशिश करूँगा। तारीफ की चाहत तो नाकाम लोगों की फितरत है, काबिल लोगों के तो दुश्मन भी कायल होते हैं। मैंने इससे बड़ा तो अभी तक आज इस बीच में कम से कम इस 2 साल में इससे जबरदस्त शायरी तो मैंने नहीं सुना, पर जवाब में मैं भी कुछ कहना चाहता हूं जो आप भी ने सिखाया मुझे अभी। वो पत्ते नहीं हैं हम जो शाखों से टूट जाए, वो पत्ते नहीं हैं हम जो शाखों से टूट जाए, आंधी से कहो औकात में रहे। तो मैं तो सर, I truly have loved every word of your speech. Thank you very much for inviting me here. To the dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Sanjeev Singhal, Sanjeev ji, Dayaniva Sharma ji, Abhay ji, my friend Sridhar Mupala ji, Mr. Reddy, who is the chairman of Hyderabad chapter, the former chairmen, Mr. Ranjit Agarwal, Mr. Devraj Reddy, and to all the other dignitaries who are gathered here from the ICAI. I welcome you to this lovely city, Hyderabad, which is a vibrant and an innovative destination for global capability centers in India. Well, it pained me, in fact, when one of the speakers was saying, we are number 2 in GCCs. I promise you the day is not very far when we will beat Bangalore and will become number 1 in GCCs across the country. At the outset, I'd like to congratulate ICAI for convening this very forward-looking platform that brings together thought leaders, professionals, policymakers and industry stakeholders also to chart the future of India in the global capability space. The theme is extremely sensible and extremely timely, from ledgers to global leadership, captures a powerful transformation that is sweeping our brilliant country today. It reflects how India's professionals, particularly chartered accountants, are moving from traditional accounting practices, from traditional roles, to becoming strategic partners in global business leadership. This also mirrors India's economic journey itself, from a support hub to global operations to a driving force in innovation, in governance, in compliance, and also in digital strategies. India today is the world's largest hub for global capability centers, hosting more than 1,600 GCCs, which enjoy the presence of more than 19 lakh professionals. By 2030, by the end of this decade, this number is expected to cross 2,500 GCCs with more than 50 lakh professionals contributing an estimated $100 billion worth of USDs in value. Most important sectors such as banking, pharma, healthcare, retail and technology have made India their global base for innovation, finance, risk management, analytics and digital solutions. This success is primarily driven by the availability of abundant talent, cost competitiveness of course, policy support and above all, unflinching support in Indian professionalism. Our host city, Hyderabad, is of course one of the most important GCC destinations in the country, with more than 350 GCCs which are already operational and upcoming. More than 500 plus Fortune 500 companies also have chosen Hyderabad, not just for its infrastructure, but also for its progressive policies, skilled workforce and innovation ecosystem. When we were in government for the last 9.5 years, from 2014 until the end of 2023, we did our best to also ensure that the vibrancy and the innovative edge that this city has is constantly up. We brought in unique policies. One of the policies that I would like to mention on this platform so that you understand that innovation is not confined to technology sector, but innovation can happen, innovation and disruption can happen even in governance. Our leader, the first Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri KTR, believed in one simple philosophy. He always told us from day one till the very last day we were in government. He said, move away from putting all the faith and putting all the responsibility on an individual. Go to the institutionalized approach. Instead of relying on an individual, अगर एक individual अच्छा काम कर रहा है, वो जब तक वहाँ रहेगा, काम ठीक ठाक चलेगा. पर वो individual अगर हट गया वहाँ से, फिर एक बार you'll have to start from square one. So he always told us, move away from that process where you completely rely on one individual, take the institutional approach. The second thing he said was move away from a people approach to a process approach, institutionalized change. That is something we truly believed in. As a result, the first piece of legislation that we drafted in the new state of Telangana was something called as the TS-IPAS. TS-IPAS stands for Telangana State Industrial Project Approval Self-Certification System. Unlike any other state in India, we are one state which had set a unique benchmark for ease of doing business. If you are a new enterprise starting a business, launching a business in Telangana, you actually don't need an approval from the government. You can hit the ground running, you can start your business on day one without any approval being sought or given by the government. No intervention from local government, no intervention from the state government, or no intervention from any other form of government. This is something that we pioneered and we championed, and as a result, today we've had a great deal of success on that. Now, for those of you who are wondering, how does this work? There is the regulatory compliance measures that have to be adhered to. The way it works is, you can hit the ground running, you can start your enterprise on day one, but parallelly, simultaneously, we request that you submit all the applications, all the details for regulatory purposes online. And once you submit all the details, you are expected to get an answer, yes or no, from the government within 15 days. If that does not come about, by statute, by legislation, on the 16th day, it's a deemed approval, it's a deemed yes, without even having any bureaucratic intervention. And the statute, the law also empowers the government to levy a sum of rupees 1,000 as a penalty on any bureaucrat who is responsible for holding up the clearance, the industrial clearance. I was in New York after we launched this new act, this legislation. I was in New York City meeting some of the top consultants in the world, Deloitte, the large consulting companies across the world. KPMG's chairman I met with. So in New York I was making this pitch saying no other Indian state offers you this. He smiled at me and he said, no state in the United States also offers you this. So this is something that is truly innovative, that is truly disruptive. Not only TS-IPAS, as Mr. Nanda mentioned, what makes India attractive is the skilled workforce that we have, the professionalism that we exhibit. Now that's what we focused on also through an initiative called as TASK, Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge. That is again a brilliant institution that creates an industry-ready, talented work pool, which ensures that India continues to enjoy the edge by way of its think force and workforce, which continues to deliver even for global capability centers. And also, our agenda was very clear. We wanted to continue to invest in not only people, but also in infrastructure. Physical infrastructure, digital infrastructure, all forms of infrastructure. Because if you really want to compete with the world, because in today's world, where we have people trotting the globe on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, you have to compete with the best in the business. So therefore, we have invested not only in policy clarity, not only in infrastructure in the form of our, once you come from airport into Hyderabad, like Sridhar was saying, a lot of people remark, a lot of people say, this is possibly a very different India that, we are seeing for the first time. How many of you have come here to Hyderabad for the first time? Please raise your hands if you can. Oh, not very many. For those of you who come to Hyderabad for the first time, and when you're entering Hyderabad to the outer ring road into the financial district area, you would see the dynamism, the economic prosperity, and the might that shows up in the form of skyscrapers, in the form of a Manhattan-like approach in this beautiful city. But you also can see and can explore, because this is a 2-day session, I would also urge you to explore the older part of Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a beautiful city, which has got heritage, which has got history, which has got culture, which has of course got great many business opportunities, great many opportunities to collaborate and partner. I would urge you to experience, have a wholesome experience of Hyderabad. Of course, we've invested heavily in infrastructure, be it the metro rail, which was the world's largest in public-private partnership. We also have invested heavily in roads, in flyovers, in underpasses, in industrial parks, in data connectivity, logistics. We also have invested heavily, like I said, in innovation, in skilling. In innovation, we have the world's largest innovation campus in Hyderabad. We not only have some of the world's largest GCCs, we also have the world's largest innovation campus in Hyderabad in the form of T-Hub and T-Works. We continue to invest in infrastructure, and even though I'm in opposition now, I urge you all to encourage your colleagues, your customers, your valued friends to continue to invest in this beautiful city and this beautiful country, Hyderabad and Telangana. I would also like to remind us here, I mean, I don't have to remind you of this, but still, nevertheless, ICAI has played a pivotal role in strengthening India's positioning as a global hub for capability centers and in preparing chartered accountants for leadership roles in this rapidly evolving ecosystem. Recognizing the rising importance of GCCs, I was glad to hear that this is the third GCC summit you're holding this year, and you're also doing one more in Pune, which is where I actually went to college for my post-graduation. And I congratulate Sir, and I wish you all the best to make it a huge success on 29 November. Also, I would compliment ICAI on taking a number of focused initiatives, including the establishment of a dedicated GCC group, and as was mentioned earlier, engaging with industry stakeholders, and continue to focus on research-driven insights to provide a roadmap for the future as well. Furthermore, I was also informed that ICAI's role is not limited to professional development alone. You also emerged as a key partner in policy advocacy. That's extremely important, because India is a very interesting country where you have the union government dictating certain policies, and then you also have state governments which have significant autonomy when it comes to attracting investments and making investment offers. It's important to also engage in policy advocacy. It's important also to engage in collaboration with the states, working closely with union government and ministries there, and also ensuring that you work closely with state governments is equally important. I would urge Mr. Nanda and his team to also start looking at Tier 2 and Tier 3 destinations in India, because the day is not far when India will also have high-speed rail connectivity, where you could be sitting in Hyderabad, but you could be working in Adilabad. You could be sitting in Hyderabad, you could be residing in Hyderabad, but also working in a Mehboob Nagar or Thamam, and you could be traveling, because it's just a matter of it's a toss-up between distance and time. I would urge you to consider, because we've already invested significantly as a government in Tier 2 locations in building infrastructure. I would also like to make a comment and request you to possibly collaborate with agencies like TASK to start skilling initiatives, to start more and more engaging initiatives, so that you can continue to create a pipeline of talent. What makes ICAI, I was talking to Sanjeev ji and Mr. Dayanivas Sharma and Sridhar, of course, have been guiding me constantly. What makes ICAI uniquely valuable? It goes beyond the technical expertise that you offer. The integrity, the ethics and the commitment to governance is something that has become a very, very strong differentiator, which is what Mr. Nanda was alluding, कि Atlanta में जाते हैं हम, Los Angeles जब चलते हैं या Riyadh चलते हैं, the kind of value, the kind of respect you get is primarily coming from these, and I hope you continue to hold on to these brilliant values. I compliment all of you for this powerful blend of knowledge, technical knowledge, ethical grounding and global vision, and continuing to create a pipeline of extremely talented chartered accountants. Today, chartered accountants are not merely number crunchers like some earlier speaker was mentioning. You are truly important and truly a vital cog in the wheel when it comes to risk management frameworks, enterprise transformations, and even digital finance initiatives, regulatory compliances across multiple geographies, of course, ESG and sustainability reporting, which is extremely important in today's world, and finally, in business strategies and decision making as well. I wish this summit a great deal of success, and I wish you have fantastic dialogue over the next couple of days in fostering more and more multi-stakeholder approach, more and more collaborations, more and more innovation, and stronger pathways being forged ahead in days to come across the GCC ecosystem. Once again, I wish you all have a great experience in Hyderabad. Enjoy our biryani, enjoy our Irani chai. Please also enjoy the brilliant sights of Hyderabad and continue to stay vested and continue to stay interested in Telangana and Hyderabad. Thank you. Jai Telangana, Jai Hind.